Hey there, Saki here from SAKITECH, and in today's video I want to talk about the iPhone 8 Pluses and iPhone 8's cameras. It seems a lot of people seem to think that both of the cameras on either smartphone is the one and the same. However, that's not true. So let's dive in and clarify the exact differences and also the exact similarities between the two cameras so you can make an intelligent buying decision or simply educate yourself. Now before we dive in, if you do use Instagram or Twitter, make sure to follow me on both at SAKITECH Online. Now first and foremost, I need you to understand that the smaller iPhone 8 only has one primary camera, while the larger iPhone 8 Plus has a dual camera system, a primary camera as well as a secondary telephoto camera. The primary cameras on both smartphones are identical and generate equally high quality photos. They are both 12 megapixel cameras with an aperture of f1.8 with optical image stabilization. Most people will be using this primary camera to take photos on a daily basis, and the picture quality will be identical both on the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. But then the iPhone 8 Plus has a secondary telephoto lens that is also 12 megapixels with an aperture of f2.8 and without optical image stabilization. So what does this secondary camera get you? It has two primary functions. First one is that it allows you to zoom in on objects 2 times optically, which is certainly a good feature because when you zoom in optically, you do not lose image quality. On top of this, you can combine the optical zoom with the digital zoom and get up to 10 times hybrid zoom. While on the iPhone 8, you can only zoom in 5 times digitally. Number 2 is the fact that the secondary camera allows for some really cool portrait effects. Specifically the fact that it can duplicate the bokeh effect, which allows for a primary subject to be in sharp and clear focus while the background blurs out into a creamy haze, as you can see in this picture. It's a very important effect in real photography. As you can see in this photo, I'm using a mug as the primary subject, but you can replace that with anything including a person, a pet, or another object altogether. The idea is to have a sharp and clear focus on the primary subject, the mug in this case, while the background blurs out. This does produce some really great portrait shots of actual people. So those are the two things that become possible with the added secondary telephoto camera on the iPhone 8 Plus. Things that will not be possible with the iPhone 8, the optical zoom and the portrait mode. Now iPhone 8 Plus also has some additional portrait lighting effects that attempt to reproduce real-time studio lighting effects. This is just an extension of the portrait mode. These effects can be accessed via the camera app under the portrait mode. The first option is the standard natural light mode, and then you can access the studio light, contour light, stage light, and the stage light mono. These effects are really designed for taking shots of people to create some really unique portrait shots that replicate effects otherwise only possible in a real studio setting. Okay, so again, the primary cameras on both of these smartphones, which I suspect most people will be using, are the one and the same. They will produce identically stunning shots and offer the same video recording capabilities, including 4K at 60 frames per second. But if you think you need the optical zoom, the 2 times optical zoom, if you want to play with the bokeh mode, if you like to take a lot of shots of your family, friends, pets, etc., and you want those cool studio effects, including the portrait effect, then you should consider getting the iPhone 8 Plus instead of the iPhone 8 as far as the camera is concerned. And that's basically all you need to know in relation to the camera differences between the 8 and the 8 Plus. Alright, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just drop them down below and we will try to address them. And make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH and give this video a thumbs up. Also, again, if you use Instagram and Twitter, make sure to follow me on both at SAKITECH Online. Guys, have a fantastic day.